Hey everybody, welcome to this week's points recap. Kind of see where everyone's standing 2 weeks in on Broken Wing GT3 Sprint Championship. Um, we had ourselves a good round this week at Mo Sport up in Canada. It was a good time. Um, not too terribly hot to start. Got a little warm by the end, but we had a good showing. I think there was over 40 cars. I know a couple of people had some technical difficulties and didn't get past qualifying, but overall good race. So let's dive into it. Here we have the winners of each class on this pretty slick graphic that I believe Mark made, and I just stole because I'm a thief. We had Josh Jablonski taking the overall and the pro win. We had Max Poe taking the Pro Am with a fifth. Pretty incredible. Adam Tingle takes the Am win in 13th. Another pretty incredible finish. And Darius Timms, I believe Canadian, if I remember hearing him right, in the post race. He was pretty hyped on getting the rookie class win. That was really fun to see. He's got the same livery as my teammate, so every time I see him on track, I get very confused who it is. But great race from him. I know I saw him at the beginning, and he just muscled his way up. So let's jump in here. We have the pros. We Our podium for the pro was Jablonski, Mark Foley, and Jacob Simmons. It's pretty solid top three here. Didn't hear too much from them. I know Jacob going into this, I believe, was in fourth overall, but getting a third here really boosts him. If we want to look at the overall standings in this class, go A to Z. The top four are separated by, I mean, almost nothing. What is this, 50 points? That's less than the spread we had from first through third here. So if we get all four of these guys to keep showing up, this is going to be quite the duel coming down to the end of the season here. That would be pretty spectacular. I think most people would be pretty excited with the way that ends. I know Jason for sure would like some drama while he's broadcasting. Let's go back to here. Z to A. Rounding out the top five, we had some usual suspects: Peter Flanner, Nick Mazza. Just trying to see. I think if I remember hearing right, Jason Allen had a rough one. I think I saw on the stream he had some unfortunate luck throughout the race. Not sure what was up with Trey. I know was behind me. I guess is he doing last to first? Someone let me know. I was surprised to see him behind me. Was not surprised to see him move by with ease. Let's jump over to the Pro-Am class now. Let's see, we said we had Max Poe. He won, top five overall. It's pretty insanely impressive. I got a feeling he'll find his way onto the pro ladder for next season. But right behind him was Marshall and Chris, the two overall title contenders. Max probably gonna. I mean, if he keeps this up, Max is definitely gonna get the season or the second half title. But the overall title is pretty well out of reach. I think he probably missed a couple of races in the first half here. Um, but you had Marshall and Chris finishing, right next to each other. I think Chris is uh, unfortunately missing that second race in the first half is kind of put him on the back foot a little bit. He's about 200, 150 points or so back. But anything's possible if he can find his way into to beating Marshall here a few times. You never know. We could see him taking an overall title. Let's take a look at the overall while we're at it. The gap between the two Chris's, Chitterling and Lambeth, it's pretty small, only 70 points. That's quite a battle for second place in the overall title this season. Could be very interesting as that comes down to the wire there. And I'm very interested to see where Max can find his way to. I mean, he's pretty much winning with ease. So it'll be very interesting just kind of see where he shakes out at the end. I'm gonna move on to the AM class. Looks like we had our top two contenders kind of doing what they do, battling up front. Like we said, Adam Tingle won. Brandon got second. They were both pretty far up the order there. Way to go, Michael, having another solid race. I think he was fifth, now third this week. Good job. Michael, Eric, Tyler, myself, Jason, and Roman Bykov had I want to say probably almost the entire second half of the race, nose to tail. I was getting ping ponged around. It was pretty incredible. That was some pretty unreal racing. I think literally any one of the five of us here probably could have gotten that third place. Eric was holding on like an absolute beast for what felt like forever. Um, for the first half, me and Tyler were neck and neck. I think he was probably smartly just riding up on me and saving fuel because he jumped me through the pits. Um, Jason was flying in that second half. Every time we got to Moss Corner, he was giving me all I could handle. Luckily, I think the Mosport's kind of a tough track to battle on from what it seemed because he could never find a way around me, but it really felt like I was in his way. But I held off. Um, take a look at the overall. I'm pretty sure Brandon's got a pretty commanding lead. Probably going to take this home. Most likely, if I had to guess, find his way into Pro-Am minimum. Uh, Tingle and I, that's 150 points. We'll see. I need some real luck to try to snag second. 100 points between me and Eric. That'll be a solid battle to try to see who can take third overall this season. We seem to find each other on track quite a bit, seem to be generally around. He had a much better um, Magni cores than I did, I think, overall. But yeah, that'll be an interesting race. I think we had a good time. Most sport made for some great racing, and I think this class here we really showed like what it's like to be around each other and not be so split up. That was a lot of fun. There was a lot of cars, and they all meant something. Sometimes you get in a group and it's like, oh, this is a rookie and this is a pro-am or whatever, and it's like, does this mean as much? Being in a group of 5 AMs all battling for a podium spot felt pretty exciting. Jump finally to the rookies. There were not many of them there. As I said, Darius Timms came out, and I believe he's Canadian. He had a Canadian flag on his livery. He was very hyped up to get the win. So good job for him. Roman said he was right in our little group, really keeping up and pushing us. That was a lot of fun. He was a good time in that group. Marcelo, I feel like I saw him early. And then I didn't really see him again, but he rounds out their podium. I believe Maxwell had an unfortunate incident. Oh, that reminds me. Where's Richard? Uh, oh, here he is. Wow, he got fifth. I believe he had like a oh no, fifth overall. Hold on, let's roll this back. Um, he had a unbelievable crash. He got loose on like lap one going into Mosport or into Moss Corner and slid, hit another car. They both went flying into the barriers. He put that other car on their roof. It was it was insane. If I could actually draw enough cars on my iRacing with my potato of a computer, I'd pull it up and we'd look at it. I did have to get a new GPU, so maybe that could be something we work on. I had a complete failure on Friday, so had to run to the micro center and swap it out. So we'll go back to the rookies. We'll look at the overall pretty small group. Like I said, Marcelo still has a pretty commanding lead. His third, fourth battle, Aiden and Sean. If Sean's really holding on from last season, but yeah. So we'll see. It's good to see them. Hopefully, a couple of these guys get enough races under their belt, and we can look at where they'll shake out next season into the rest of the ranks. We'll hop over finally to the teams. Like I said, this stuff changes pretty rapidly. Um, the team winners from this week were Papaya Rules with Mark and Trey. I mean, pretty good battle all the way down to fifth. Really was all within 50 points of each other. My team came in fourth. Let's see if we look at the standings. I'm gonna cherry pick this for just the second half. It would appear that. Oh, one second. Why did you not sort? Hmm. Oh, filter Z to A. It would appear that our team is in the lead for this half. We hadn't factored in drop weeks, but overall, still Thunder Thighs. They took the first half. They still have a pretty solid, 100-point lead in the second half. Like I said, the biggest thing with teams is, can you coordinate weeks that you're off? If you both have an off week, like look at like Puck Yeah here. See, this is a one person run. Well, I actually think these both are. But yeah, if you can't coordinate your off weeks, you lose out on double points for 2 weeks rather than if you have one bad week, like 1-0 from the ski team, but if they show up every other week, they're going to drop that 0 and have a killer points haul. Whereas if one guy misses and you get 350 points, and the next race the other person misses and you get 350 points, you're losing out. So these can swing very quickly based purely on scheduling almost. So I think that'll wrap it up. I know we had a little bit of interest with some of the pro-am stuff there. Still working out the kinks, still getting better. I'm really wanting to add in some video stuff, just kind of up the quality of it. I think I can do that. I just need to kind of mess with my computer settings a little bit and see if I can draw some more cars while we're racing, because at the moment I don't draw nearly enough cars, so my recordings are missing like half of everybody else's race. So once again, congrats to our winners. They did awesome. That was a lot of fun. So we look forward to seeing y'all at Phillips Island this weekend, and good luck.